This is my weekly market recap. In today's video, I'm gonna go over my trades I took throughout the whole week. I'm basically gonna say what I did wrong, what I did right, and what were the lessons from the trades I took, right? So, on the May 20th, right, we were bullish because the 4 hour was bullish. The 1 hour is bearish, so we're looking for 15-minute breakout to the upside. And we had a 4 hour fair value gap as our confluence and an hourly sweep of liquidity. So after that, we had a 15-minute breakout structure happen, right? And we had a 15-minute auto block that got touched, right? You got a touch, right? I was waiting for a reaction. So that is the real trade I took that I ended up in a loss, right? Right when I took that loss, I was like, yo, I messed up on that loss, so I'm gonna see the lesson I learned from this trade, so which I'll talk about it right now. But my entry was right here. It should have not been there. It should have been right on this spot, right? Then my sell stop was too tight, so that's the main problem of that. So if my real entry should have been here, my sell stop should have been right below this really strong support area, right? So my first take profit, it was not a take profit. This was not a take profit, but this was a place to break even, right? So this right here first, that the break even spot, TP1, TP2, right? So after I took this loss, right? But this is the real trade I should have took it, right? So let's go over what were the lessons from this trade on Monday 20th, right? So on Monday the 20th, the lesson from the trade I took from right over there were basically I have to have a wider stop loss, right? Don't get too tight. Let the trade breathe, right? I have to enter at the right time, so I took too long, right? I should have not done that, right? I should have entered the first reaction, right? I had to wait for a 15-minute breakup structure because the hourly is against my bias, right? And I can have to not break even too early, right? That's what I should have done, right? That was a lesson from Monday the 20th from this, right? And Monday in agent session, right? So I basically had two trades here and one stacking up trade, right? So on the agent session, 15-minute broke structure right back up, right? So I was looking like, yo, just the auto block at 15-minute. Because usually I look for a 15-minute confluence, but sometimes 5-minute. But with the 15 minutes, like an auto block, a breakup block that's really strong, then inside that auto block and breakup block, I'm looking for a 5-minute confluence inside that to get touched, right? So right when it touched right here, right when it touched my fair value gap, I was like, yo, I need a breakup structure happen right here. Because like, yo, you entered too early because the wick is here. I was like, I know he's gonna break structure up, so I just entered right of that, right? But it went right back up to take profit one. TP did not get hit. Came right back down, right? Broke structure back down. So that means, yo, that's a whole sell setup. But guess what? We did have a buy setup. So buy setup TP has to get hit before the sell setup TP, right? So that's what happened. Boom. TP got smashed right over here. Right after that, as I said, the 5-minute broke structure right back down. Basically what happened. 5-minute break structure down. I was waiting for a confluence. Basically what happened was this, you never broke structure back up. We respected the whole thing. It closed below this, right? So it's like, yo, break of structure should do it, right? Boom, right here, broke structure up, TP1 right here. I only had one TP on the edge session. I only do one TP, right? So like, yo, TP got hit, but guess what? Prior to getting the TP getting hit, the spread was high, so the TP didn't get hit. So like, you went back up and like, yo, I believe in this trade. I could stack up a confluence. So if I risk 1% here, right? Then I'm gonna risk 0.5% on this one, right? Then I'm gonna risk 0.25%. So I'm adding up a. So there's three trades I took on agent session, right? Add up confluences. So like if I really believe in that trade, I would add up more position size, right? So I added 0.50 right here and 0.25 here. This one was 1%. So next time, every time I take my trade, first trade is always 1%, second is always 0.5%, the third one is always 0.25%, right? That's how I'm gonna do it. But 0.25% is usually never happens, right? But stacked up confluences right here. This was the ideal trade I should have taken. But what were the lessons from this trade? I should have had a wider stop loss. Use higher time frame like the 5-minute, 15-minute to not get manipulated. Think faster, act faster. The sharper you are, the better, right? And look at both sides of the market. Look at the buy side and sell side because right when this hit my take profit, sell setup happened right after that, right? So boom, boom, right? After that, it just constantly went down to all the way down here. But you want to go for one TP, which my TP is on a 15-minute time frame. So the next day, on I think it was Tuesday. I think on this day my bias was still bullish because the 4 hour did not break structure down, right? So I was like, yo, the hourlies is with me, the 4 hours with me. I'm looking for a 5 minute breakup structure, and we had a hourly auto block right over here, right? I mean, break a fair value gap and the breakup block, right? This right here, this, what do you call it? Breakup block and the fair value gap right over here. So I was basically looking like, yo, once it touches that, I'm looking for a breakup structure to get in. On a 5 minute, then looking for a 5 minute conflict to get in, right? So which was right here. Wait, wrong one. Oops, my bad. It was right here, right? So on this day, I basically, yo, I took a loss because guess what? I traded right couple minutes before the hourly close, which created a fair value gap. So created a fair value gap right on that fair value gap. Got this and like right on the fair value gap, he got created. Just went down, took me out, boom, they went back up, right? But what that I learned from this trade is not to trade near. Do not put a trade on near the hourly closing time, right? So that's what I should have done better. And the reason I took this trade was because I had a 15-minute confluence and I had a, what do you call it, 15-minute and a, there was another one, 15-minute discount spot and a 15-minute for Vega. The book got respected, so I entered a right under reaction and I got cooked, right? And I should have not entered that because what? No breakup structure, right? So on this other one, it touched the auto block and the breakup block. So after they touched on the fair value gap and the hourly, he broke structure up and touched the auto and broke structure up and gave us a breakup block in the auto block. So I was like, yo, let me look at the 1 minute and enter. I'm with John Bosch my teammate on him. So basically, Bosch my teammate on him, Bosch. So basically, where was I again? I forgot where was I. My bad. Right here, right? So after the breakup structure to the upside, I was like, yo, auto block. We got auto block and a breakup block. I was like, yo, let it go down here. It was not a smart decision to go over here, right? So right when it touched it, you probably wonder, yo, we didn't enter on this reaction because the one was against me, right? So once we went up right here, I was like, yo, that's hella premium spot. I don't want to buy in premium, right? So you let it come back down, let it go back up, play around a lot, right? Eventually, right here would be my real entry because the fair value gap, what do you call it? That we broke structure up, and this was a real reaction. Enter that. Here's a 1-to-1 hit, right? Sell stop right below this fair value, right on this fair value gap, end of the fair value gap, right? That's what my sell stop was. But what was the lesson for this trade? You put it right here. The lesson from the trade, right, was basically when the hourly is near closing, do not enter. Wait for it to close so you don't become liquidity quick. Because, as I said, we're looking for a hourly conflict as always, right? So, and the other thing was that don't buy in premium. We don't want to buy in premium because we will have a shitty ass reward, right? And other thing was that always get a hourly confluence. As I told you guys, we want an hourly confluence. You can have stronger push up or push down depending on our buys, right? And have a wider stop loss, right? That's what you want. And after this, other thing I learned is that let's put it down right here. Wait for a breakup structure right over there. That was the fifth one I learned. Wait for a breakup structure. Guess what? Until on this, there was no breakup structure to the upside. I got cooked, right? So that was my 2-day trade, which was ideally this was a loss. This one right here. It should have been my real entry, but I did took another trade, which was from where to where. I did took another trade entry from like somewhere here, but I closed that out early because I was like, yo, I'm over trading. I don't want to ruin my I don't want to ruin my trading career, right? But on the Tuesday, but on Tuesday in the agent session, so I basically had it set up to the downside. As I said right here, go to the 15-minute time frame. Right over here. It did a whole sweep of liquidity to the either a whole liquidity sweep to the downside and a breakup structure to the downside happened right on this candle, so it never broke structure back up. So we did have a liquidity sweep, so that was indicating a really bearish move, right? So I was like, yo, let's see the reaction out of it. Go to 5-minute. Right over here, right when it touched that 5-minute, I mean right when it swept, I was looking, yo, I don't really need a breakout structure back to the downside because see the risk reward. So I was just waiting for a one thing. I was waiting for a close below this. Just a close below this, right? Close below that, like call it that below that zone. So this right here, this can end of this candle give me a confirmation that yo, it does not want to go give me a buy setup, so you might go sales. So eventually we did get a buy setup to the upside, but I didn't take that one, right? So I was like, yo, if I get a close below this level, because that's what I really like, it was a level, right? So I was like, yo, give me a 5 minute close below that level, then I will enter, right? So right below that. So if you go to where was that again? Which one was it? Was it this one? Forgot which one was it. It was right here, right? So I was waiting for a breakout structure to the downside, and it was waiting for the 5 minute to go bearish from it to give, for it to give me a confirmation that you want to go sell, right? So right on a breakout structure, I entered, boom, put a white stop loss all the way above there, and put a take profit at the end of the fair value gap. This was not a take profit; it was right here. So yeah, that was my take profit. It was a 1-to-1 RR, right? That was a trade. It was 1-to-1 RR, right? From what was the lesson from this trade I just took? Have a wider stop loss. Look at both of the market, right? You want to look at the buy side and the sell side because you could have given us a buy side opportunity, but guess what? It closed below. So you give us a 5 minute bearish candle. So I was like, yo, it's indicating that he doesn't want to go buys. He wants to go touch the end of the right, get the probably go back up, right? He wants to fill, or he wants to fill up. He wants to fill the fair value gap deeper air, right? Deeper fill, right? So that's the other thing that I learned was don't get manipulated. Look at higher time frame to not get manipulated, and wait for a 5 minute candle to close, like the way I like it, below a level where it's indicating that yo, it's kind of strong level. It doesn't really want to go up. So let's see how the 5 minute closes. If it closes bearish, that can be a sell opportunity for me, right? That's what I learned from that trade. I think this is the Wednesday trade I took, right? So on Wednesday, it did a 2 hourly sweep of liquidity, and I think I'm pretty much it touched something else on it too, right? We were still in a 4 hour fair value gap as well, right? So on this day, I was against my bias, so but I did have a trade on it, right? And I did take this trade, but break even trade. I'm gonna let you guys know, right? So prior to it sweeping out this liquidity, he broke Tesla up in a 5 minute right here, gave us a 5 minute breakup block and the order block. I was like, yo, let it touch that. I'll enter right on the reaction, not the reaction. I'll enter right on the breakup structure, which happened right over here. It's always giving me a bad thingy. I literally yesterday fixed this, right? But I don't know why it's doing this. So breakup structure up right here. I was like, yo, I'm gonna enter that because I did enter this, by the way. It did hit my take profit, but my take profit was here, which was a bad thing, the bad lesson I learned. So I'll tell you as well. I should have done better, right? So, but my sell stop was right below this, so I don't get become liquidity right below that level right here that got respected from this other candle. My take profit should have been a 1 hour order block, right? That's that. Then the other trade I took was basically, yo, right when it touched the order block, give us a 5 minute breakup structure to the downside. I was like, yo, that's a sell opportunity. So after giving the 5 minute breakup structure, give us a 5 minute order block and a breakup block, which got touched right over here. Where was it? We've got to see because I don't think it broke structure down right there. Shit, wrong day. So annoying, bro. What the fuck? Did that one? Which one was it? It was this one right here. Oops. So after touching the 5 minute breakup structure, I was looking like, yo, let me get a building block filled, and I'll enter that. So basically go back up here. So I was so slow yesterday. I literally, man, it took me 3 hours to do this. So I basically, oh, I was sleeping. Oh, hell no. So basically, after the breakup structure, I was like, yo, the 1 minute is against me. I'm like, yo, let me get a breakup structure. The breakup structure happened right here, but that's a premium spot. I was like, yo, let it go back up. Went back up, right? You feel this fair value gap. I didn't enter there. It broke structure back down. I'm like, yo, let it go back up. I'm looking for a different reaction. Boom. Entered right here. Right? Sell stop above right here. Above this, like we call it. Right when it touched the order block, then my take profit was right here. We could have done better on this trade. Add up position. Add up sizes, right? So we could have done basically once he went back up, right? You eventually just went back up right here. So when we went back up, I was looking for a breakup right back to the downside, which happened where? Right on his entry, right? This we could have stacked up confluence. We could have stacked up a position. As I told you, this is a really good thing to do, right? So as I said, next time from now on, 1%, 0.5%, 0.25%, right? So just extra little extra money, right? So if I feel like the move is gonna go move my way, I'm at a 0.25% on that trade, right? So which would have been right here. This one would have been 1%. This one would be 0.5%. This one would be 0.25%, right? That's what I would have done, right? And because I'm confident that trade will hit, so it hit, boom. So what was the lesson from the trade I just took? Have water stop loss, look at the market better. And in the long trade, I was against bias, so I should have gone for one TP. So next time if I'm gonna get the whole bias, I'm only going for one take profits, meaning I'm only going for one hourly take profit, whatever it is. I break a block, auto block, fair value gap, whatever it is, right? I'm going for one TP. Don't buy or sell in the premium spot and wait for a breakup structure, then probably look for a confluence depending on how I feel during that time of the day, right? During that time of the trade, how my heart feels, right? Because usually if you're like a trader like me, your heart will tell you if you wait for this breakup structure, or you should wait for that. Oh, look for a different confluence than you enter, right? And other thing is that think faster, look at higher time frame to not get manipulated. Yep, these were the lessons from the trade, right? And you could literally stack up sizes because I just learned it from my other friend. He just told me, yo, if you really feel if you kind of feel confident in that trade and giving a better position than before, stack it up. Boom. Add 0.5% of that. Stack it up. Boom. That's what I did right here. What I could have done, I didn't do it, right? But these are lessons from this week. These lessons I take from this week, we'll go to the next week, and my main focus on that will be over there, right? So basically, the next day was on Thursday. I think this was Thursday, the agent session, right? So I did not take no trades because there was no setup, and I should have gone for a higher time frame, right? I should have looked at higher time frame. I should have looked like in a 1 minute, 2 minute, not 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minutes. I should look at it like that hourly, 4 hour, something like that, right? On Thursday, I basically had a setup over here to go to back to the hourly because I forgot what was my buy that day. So that day, the 4 hour was bearish. So I was basically like, yo, hourly broke structure up. Let me look for 15 minutes because to the downside, and I'm gonna get in. So what we had was a order block and a breakup block that got touched both, right? Got a 15-minute time frame. So prior to the touch of that, we got a 15-minute breakup structure back to the downside never broke structure back up. So, but in the 5 minute, as you can see right here, the 5 minute broke structure back up. I'm like, yo, let me get a break structure back to the downside because yo, this whole thing, this whole fair value, this whole order block is huge order block, right? So like, yo, break structure back to the downside, then I'm gonna decide to get in. So now if you go to the 1 minute, so after that break structure back to the downside, when we're back up, eventually playing around, then I was like, yo, let me get a break up structure to the downside. I'm enter on this trade. Right was about to break structure down right here. News was about to come out in a couple minutes, right? Like in 4 minutes. But what we could have done better was confluences, because I know he's gonna break structure down. So I should have just looked for a confluence to get a better position and enter, right? I could have either entered here or entered here, then go sells, right? Put sell right above that. First TP here, second TP here. So what I learned from this trade was wait for 15-minute breakup to the downside to because the 1 hour was against my bias, right? Look for breakup structure up or down in the 5 minute for this trade prior to it going back up without conflict being in, right? So other thing is that don't buy or sell in premium. If I know breakup structure will happen and play around with it and get a confidence if it's good enough, enter because it will break structure eventually, right? It will just go down, right? Or go up depending on the buys, right? Look both out of the market, be active, be sharp, and constantly look at the market, right? Don't look at different charts, just look at this chart, right? And have a wide stop loss, right? That's what we could have done better. So on the other day on the agent session, I basically had a setup here. I think he swept out a 15-minute high, gave it a 5 minute breakup structure, and it gave it a 5 minute, what do you call it? 5 minute breakup structure happened right here. He gave it the 5 minute. I think it was 15 minute, right? Was it 15 minute? Oops, I fucked up again. I don't think. Yeah, I think it was a 15 minute. It was big. Oh, no, my. It was a 15 minute breakup block, right? That got touched. So it's basically, yo, I'm not getting that. So it gave us a 5 minute breakup structure happened here. I mean, no wait, 15 minute breakup structure happened down there. 5 minute was already down. So like, yo, a candle closed below this. I was like, yo, I'm gonna take that because this is a level. Close below that would be a very fantastic thing because that's indicating that you want to still go down, right? So if you go to the 1 minute. After that, what happened was basically after he broke structure back up, I was like, yo, I think I just need a I just need a reaction. You know why? They respected his level, and the other thing is that it was already down. So out of eventually entered here, like, yo, that's a hella premium spot. I don't want to sell in premium. So this spot right here would have been my ideal entry. So you gotta think better, act smarter, right? TP right here, right on the liquidity, which got hit, which was a 1 to 1.7, right? So lesson from this trade: have a wider stop loss, use higher time frames to not get manipulated. Think fast and be active and sharp. Look both sides of the market, buys and sells, right? And use higher time frames to not be manipulated. That's what a lesson from this was the lesson from this trade I took on the 8th session. Sometimes I think some of them I didn't take, but some of them I did take, right? I took the cheaty ones. I'm not gonna lie, right? Respectfully. This was the Friday trade. I had 4 fucking set up here. Let me tell you guys all about it, right? I think 4. Was it 4? Yeah, I had 4, but one of them were stupid, so I'm not gonna put that, right? So, what was the first thing I learned? It was that, yo, the 4 hour was the 4 hour. The 4 was not bullish, so I was going against my trend, right? But the 1 hour was the 1 hour bearish. So 1 hour, no, the 4 hour is bearish, but the 1 hour was bullish. So like, yo, I'm going against my setup, so 1 TP should be enough, right? So now I was just waiting for this recent session. I was just waiting for a recent session close to close below, right? And guess what? Just make sure that 1 hour is against me, right? So I'm looking for 15 minute breakup structure to the downside, which happened right on this. So we went right back up. Yo, we had a 15 minute breakup block. So that got touched. I was like, yo, I could just literally go for these two. So I was like, wait, because I had 2 take profit. Because guess what? I was not going against the bias, right? Right over there. Boom. So right, my entry was right over here. I did take the trade, by the way. My entry position was right here. Break structure down. I took it. I could have add more size into this trade. I could have. It would have been a good choice, but news was kind of come out, and I was kind of scared. I'm not scared, but I was like, yo, I don't want to fuck around with the news, right? But it went back up, bro. I broke even. Boom, took me out. Then eventually hit TP, right? So what was the lesson from that trade right over there? Lesson from the trade: don't break even too early, right? I'll have hourly take profit, stop loss, where stop loss, right? Look at both sides of the market, buys and sells, act fast, be active in the market, wait for 15 minute breakup structure to wait for 15 minute breakup structure because the hourly was against my bias, right? Because the hourly was bullish and the 4 hour is bearish, right? Because 4 hour determines my bias. 1 hour determines my breakup structure in the 5 minute or the 15 minute. So then the next trade I took, you're like, yo, I have a whole buy setup now. Sweep of liquidity, breakup structure. I was like, yo, order block got touched, and I think a breakup block got touched as well. But we had a fair value gap right over here. I was like, yo, let it touch that 5 minute fair value gap. Let me get the reaction out of it. Boom, break structure up, but that's hella premium. So I was like, yo, let it come back down. Respect the order block, then I'm getting in. Boom. I waited for close, but next time I might wait. I might not wait for the close. I might enter a little early because I know it's gonna be bullish, right? It depends on the market experience, right, and how you feel. So my TP was there, but keep in mind, I was against my whole bias. I was against the 4 hours. So what should have I done better? Gone for 1 TP. So this trade was a stupid trade, right? So what was the lesson for the trade? Should have only went for 1 TP because I was against my whole bias. I should have trial stop loss because I was against my bias. I should have had a wide stop loss, and I should have looked at both sides of the market and act faster because, well, guess what? I did not look at the sell side. The sell side was what? The 4 hours bearish. Told you, man. Right? After that, right when they swept out this high, I was like, yo, 15-minute breakout structure happened right back down. 15-minute breakout structure happened like right over here. Guess what happened after the 15 minutes breakup structure? We had a breakup block and an order block. After it got touched, I was like, yo, all I need is a breakup structure to the downside, which happened right here. Dude, that was a long ass down, that was premium spot, right? So basically I was like, yo, let it go back up, touch the confluence, and enter right on this bearish candle. First TP was right here. I mean, this right here was the break-even spot, but first TP was right here. Second TP is right here, but it's still, I think it's still in its way to go back down. It might, I still would have been in a trade, right? So the lesson from this trade I took right here, the lesson from the trade is to have wide stop loss, wait for 15-minute structure to the wait for 15-minute breakup structure to the downside, because the what that we're against the hourly confluence. Act faster and be sharp and be active, right? Look bottom side of the market, buys and sells, because guess what? The hourly, I was against the hourly, right? Use higher time frame to not get manipulated. That was the lesson that I learned from this. And these are my main focus from these lessons are have wide stop loss, look at both sides of the market. TP, we call it one TP when against the when I'm going against my bias. Work for 15-minute cup pressure, because the if the hourly is against the 4 hour, right? Act faster and be active in the market. Use higher time frame. Don't look at 1 minute too much, or look at higher time frame. Then proceed to look at 1 minute time frame for execution. Don't break even too early. Mainly go for 1 hour. Mainly go for hourly to take profits. Don't buy, don't buy or sell in premium spots. Get a breakout structure, and if the 1 minute is against my bias, use higher time frame. Don't stick to 1 minute constantly. Don't keep on looking at 1 minute. Look at the higher time frame, higher power, right? If the hourly is against my if against, I don't even know if I write that right. If because I was sleepy as hell that time, chat. It was like what, like I think like 2 a.m. If if that 1 hour is against the bias and breaks us down to 15-minute, and our bias, if I see that one, if the 5 minute against my bias, and I will wait for a breakup structure, then look for an entry, because sometimes depends, right? If it goes back up, I don't want to become liquidated. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to become like saying get a shitty entry. So that's what we wait for a breakup structure in a 5 minute again, right? So when the hourly is near the closing, like 10 to 5 minutes, 10 to 5 minute near closing, right? I should not enter the trade and let it end, so I don't become liquidated like that Monday trade I took. I think it was Monday or Tuesday, right? Mainly look for hourly confluences, right? And I have another one is that I should have added, which was um I had another lesson I should have kept. I just had it in my head. I was gonna talk about it, but let me see, chat. Hold up. Where was it? What was my thought on that? Oh yes. You don't. What was it? What was it? Always get out of the with regular sure what I stop loss. No. What was my think? What was my other thing I want to talk about? Do not break even too early. It was not breaking me too early, but it was something. But I just forgot about it. But inshallah, I get it in my head and I talk about it. But these are my main lessons for upcoming week. So I would definitely put this in my Discord channel and talk about them like, yo, this is my main focus for the next week, and that's how I'm gonna go roll with it the next week. And make sure y'all join my Discord. Join my Discord, free signals, free education, and one of our professor channels hooking us with a whole free signal, 7 years of experience, 3+ years of profitability, and it's very well all price action, right? So this is my video. This is my weekly market recap for today, right? For this week. Next week, I'm gonna try to improve on all of these. Let me go right here back to the screen. I'll try to improve on all of these. I'll try to get better executions, right? But this is my video. This is my video. Thank you for watching. Join our Discord, and yeah, let's get to profitability. Let's become profitable, mate. Let's go.